Hey guys, what's up? So, on to the next adventure. We are leaving, what is this key called, honey?
Staniel
Key, the one with the pigs and the sharks and all that stuff. We've had enough of the tourism. We want to get down to an anchorage that's a little bit less crowded, so we're leaving today. Blow of the Century is coming. We were going to go all the way to Georgetown where all the other cool cruisers are, but there's a blow coming, so we're going to have to stop a few miles down, get some seclusion, get out of this weather, and then we're just going to keep on trucking. We got about another month here in the Bahamas because hurricane season will quickly be upon us. So, yeah, come join us today on a quick morning sail down a couple miles to find a cozy cove.
So it's awfully windy today, so I'm trying to stay out of the wind so our whole audio is not just wind in the background. But it's starting to rain. Matt had to put his jacket on, and I'm sitting in the cockpit trying to stay clear of the rain since we only have one rain jacket. How are you feeling, Matt?
We only have one rain jacket. I think that might have been your plan all along. You got the one that fits me better, so I gotta do it. But you know, sailing, sometimes you're just going to get rained on. That's the way it is. And I think we'll be okay, really. A little rain ain't going to kill us. But we're ripping and riding. Could be blowing like 30 knots right now for all I know. Could be 23, that's what it says, but it could be 30. These storms been rolling through. But we're not going real far today. We're just trying to get to a little cozy cove anchorage where there ain't as much boats, because over by Pig Beach there's a million boats. You can't put that much chain out. So I'm hauling to a more quiet anchorage, getting off the grid a little bit more.
Plus, the other night the wind picked up from like some storms, and we think we might have been dragging. So
we did drag. The wind would just rip side to side, like all the wind would go hard every which way. And I didn't have the best resetting anchor, so we drug a little bit. But it wasn't too bad. We were outside anyway. And then right now I just sailed around this cape and I wanted to get close to land. I don't know why. And now I'm dealing with the current and I'm going real slow. So all the current's pushing around this little point. And like an idiot, I went super close. So should have went a little further away from land and gotten faster.
Every day though, guys, we're learning. We're learning something new every day. I think that's how sailing goes. You gotta keep learning stuff. You don't just read a book and know everything and then you go out and have a perfect time. You learn from your mistakes, you learn as you go, and things get easier.
I'm having a pretty good time. We got plenty of wind, ripping and riding the sails. I think we're good to go. We're gonna be there probably in an hour or something like that. So we'll catch up once we get there. And then tonight's gonna be the blow of the century.
What's the blow of the century to you?
It's supposed to blow like 25.
When I hear blow of the century, I think a hurricane's coming and we're gonna die.
No, it's not gonna be that bad, but it's gonna blow really hard from the east. And then it's going to turn and blow really hard from the south, so, you know, I'll have to pay attention to make sure my anchor gets set good.
We made it to a new location. How do you feel? Bear? You feel good?
Okay guys, so we put the pedal to the metal this morning. It was blowing like 23 knots. And we said we don't care. We're throwing up the sails. And we ripped a 9-mile sail southeast. Saw some cool guy sailors out there ripping it on the ocean side. He like flew through these waves and then he just kept it moving, and I was like, hell yeah. Had a French flag on the back, so the French sailors, they know how to get down out here in the Exumas. So anyway, back to our story. We sailed 9 miles south and we decided to anchor up here at, I don't even know what this is called, Great Iguana Key? Great Iguana Key. It's gonna show us or shelter us from the south and from the east. It's supposed to blow like 27 knots through the night, so we're good. Nice sandy, good holding. It's a little shallow to our north, but as long as we don't drag, we won't run up on nothing like that. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the decision we made, but it's going to be a blow. It's going to be 20 plus knots for the next 24 hours, and you know, we'll see how we do. And it was in a Cozy Cove anchorage. You don't get an anchorage to yourself in the Exumas. I left an anchorage with 40 boats and I went to an anchorage with 37 boats. It's just you don't get much space around here.
So once we anchored here, I made what I like to call a boat Olive Garden treat. I made some chicken. I had some chicken breast, which I don't even want to talk about how expensive that is. I had some chicken breast and it was a red pepper and some onion. I chopped that up, sauteed it. Ooh, delicious. Then I opened up a good old jar of Alfredo sauce. Ooh, poured that on and made some pasta, and it tasted pretty good, because sometimes when you get to new locations, you just want to hit up the restaurants and spend all your money. But I said, no, I'm going to get here, hurry up and whip up my Olive Garden treat and stuff in our face. Plus, Matt got some homemade bread from Staniel Key that some lady made, and it's delicious. Check it out. See how big it is? It's pretty heavy too, but it's delicious. It's like sweet and almost like a big old roll. So I put that on and, you know, it filled us up. How'd you feel about the meal?
I was hyped on it. It was good. You know, I had to do some work today, running around sailing, and I had to get those calories back in me. And it was pretty good. But yeah, the Bahamian bread is fire. So if you're ever in Staniel Key and you're at the Pink Pal, get some of this bread.
What did you just say?
The Pink Pal. That's what they call it. Yeah, so get the bread at the Pink Pearl. It's pretty good.
So now we're thinking, it looks a little crazy outside, but we're thinking that we're going to go check out the island a little bit. Maybe see if we can find some Wi-Fi. Maybe. I'd like to download some Netflix because there's a lot of wind going on, and I wouldn't mind just being safe inside in my cozy V-berth with a little Netflix, you know? What about you, Matt?
I won't be inside. I'll be outside. I'll be awake all night, watching my anchor alarms, watching everyone around me.
It ain't no competition, okay, guys? So, you enjoyed that dinner, though, didn't you?
That dinner was fire.
Okay, so you could be alone out on this boat. If you keep hating on your woman, you could be alone.
I'll never be alone. I'll get so many bad things from the Bahamas. I had a boat full of bad things.
Whatever. All right, so let's go adventure. Woo woo!
We have to really hurry if we want to beat that.
There's a giant storm out.
Yeah, that right there ain't no joke, Hoss.
I told you, we can't go.
Yeah, we should probably just sit tight for an hour and then go adventure. It's pretty early still, so.
Matt, why don't you show everybody what you've been doing, what we call this that you're making here.
Alright, so welcome to Matt's Country Kitchen. So, this, what we're making right now, is lovingly referred to as hooch on this boat. She won't drink it because she's bougie, but I drink it because I'm all out of sodas and I'm not drinking no more sodas. So I got this. She thought she was cool when she read on like the sailing Pinterests. They were like, oh, get some powdered Gatorade and then you can make all the Gatorade you could ever imagine. So yeah, after about 3 days, it turns into straight block of sugar. So you have to go in and scrape it out. And then I had an old wine bottle that I used to make my hooch.
It's not a block. It's more like Play-Doh. It turned into Play-Doh.
Yeah, it turned into Play-Doh. So I make these little bullets. And then I shove them down
into an old wine bottle.
Into an old wine bottle, because the wine bottle chills very quickly. So it gets my hooch extra chilled. So yeah, just make these little Play-Doh Gatorade missiles. Drop them in there, then I'll be putting some water in later. And that's my old hooch recipe.
So nasty.
Because when you live on a boat, this is how you just got to get by sometimes. You know, you get some nice Gatorade. I think it comes out okay. It doesn't taste bad once you get it all in there. It's hard to get the ratio right though. Sometimes it's a little.
Well, when you're making bullets of
Yeah,
Play-Doh.
sometimes it comes out a little tart. So, any chefs out there want to help me out and say how many bullets should go in a 750 milliliter bottle of wine? Let me know. Okay, so I'm on the hunt for brunch bread, and I heard that it's right here at Mama's house. Alright, so we went to Mama's house. We got the coconut bread right here, and then we got the regular bread right there. Hot and fresh. Oh boy, it smells good.
So we made it back from exploring. There was just about 3 restaurants and bars pretty much, and 1 grocery store. So we had some drinks. We decided to come back home, be semi-responsible because the big blow's about to come and the wind seems like it is picking up. What do you think, Matt?
Storm of the century's coming. The only thing that would have happened is if we'd have stayed another 20 minutes, we just would have got stuck there at the bar like we did last night, because for whatever reason this time of year, whenever the sun goes down, it starts pouring raining for like an hour and a half every single day. So if the sun goes down, you're at the bar, plan to be stuck there till at least 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. So today I wasn't going to let it happen. Now we're home, and I'll be watching my anchor alarm and getting through all this mess. And the bar had terrible Wi-Fi. Tell them how bad the Wi-Fi was.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi wasn't great, but that's pretty much normal in the Bahamas. Not the worst thing that could happen. Now we're just gonna play some cards probably and drink at home. But Matt's probably not gonna drink because he's gonna be like, the wind, the worst storm of the century. We gotta hold out. Whoa! You just jumped into the dinghy and almost fell in. Anyways.
Did not fall in.
You did almost fall in. Anyways, we had fun though. It's a nice little island, I would say.
Black Point is cool.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah, this is called Black Point. Okay, so usually when it's the blow of the century out here in the Bahamas or anywhere that I'm at with my boat, I like to get my pillow and my blanket. And a lot of times if the weather's good and it's not actually raining and it's just windy, I'll sleep out in the cockpit. That way I can see my landmarks, see the other boats that are around me, and you know what? It's just something that I like to do because not only is this the closest I get to air conditioning out here, it makes me feel good that if something gets too crazy, I'll wake up, look around, okay, I'm good, then I can go back to sleep. Believe it or not, I get better sleep out here than I will inside the boat. I'm gonna be out here tonight, making sure my dinghy's good, making sure my big boat's good, and then we'll see you in the morning. Last night was, as promised, the blow of the century. It actually ended up blowing a little bit harder during the day, and then it was kind of slacked off. So the night was pretty pretty rough, but it wasn't as bad as it said it was going to be because it was just worse during the day. So we got through the blow. It had some storm activity. It definitely wasn't like a named storm, but it was on like the radar of the hurricane storms, which is pretty early. Hopefully that's not indicative of a bad hurricane season this year. But it was a little storm. Didn't really develop too much. But as you can see now, it's much calmer today. And we're going to go out and see what else Black Point has to offer.
So we made it to this beach. It's like pretty awesome beach, white sand, and these iguanas are running up on you. Obviously people feed them. There's a sign that says don't feed them, but they're running up. He's trying to bite Matt, but Matt's gonna get bit by another wild animal. These things are kind of scary. I was scared of the pigs, but I think these are a little more scarier.